I'm Thomas Heidel. This is my mini lecture on body types and criminality for CJS 401, Professor Gary Leach. Biological theories of deviant behavior. Focus on the brain as the center of personality. Prior to the 1960s, the focus was on physical features and heredity as a source of criminal behavior. Physical traits such as facial feature, body type, and shape of skull were seen as causes of criminal behavior. Other theories proposed that criminality was heredity and passed down generation to generation. Some early criminologists thought that physical abnormalities could distinguish and identify criminals. Franz Joseph Gall, 1758 to 1828, believed that the shape of the skull could be used to identify criminals. The brain is the organ of the mind controlling all actions and thoughts. Different aspects of personality are associated with specific locations in the brain. The shape of a person's skull corresponds to the shape of the underlying brain. The reported link between unattractiveness and criminal behavior was still a part of scientific belief in the 20th century. Cesare Lombroso was behind the Italian school of thought. He published Criminal Man in 1876. This book attributed criminal behavior to an evolutional throwback gene in certain people. Physical traits included sloping foreheads, large jaws, receding chins, long arms, and short legs. Charles Darwin came into prominence with his theory of evolution. According to Darwin, people were the end products of a long evolutionary process. People who survived all the rigors in evolution were examples of the survival of the fittest and natural selection. Since criminality relies on strength and endurance, the traits developed through evolution are manifested in criminals. Constitutional theories. Constitutional theories explain criminal behavior in reference to body types, genetics, and physical characteristics. Ernest Kretschmer and William Sheldon developed a theory that showed a clear link between body build and personality type. Sheldon utilized physical measurements to contact body type and personality. Sheldon studied 200 boys at the Hayden Goodwill Institute in Boston. The conclusion that he reached was that there were 4 basic body types found in the entire group. The endomorph is a soft and round. They are overweight and have a big stomach. Number 2, the mesomorph is a muscular and athletic with larger bones and considerable muscle mass. Number 3, the ectomorph is a thin and fragile with long, slender, poorly muscled extremities and delicate bones. The balanced type is a person of average build, not overweight or thin. In a study published in the Journal of Social, Evolutionary, and Cultural Psychology, they found these results. Number 1, people were shown faces of 32 young men in their 20s without any scars, tattoos, or excessive facial hair. Number 2, 16 of the young men were convicted criminals, 16 were not. Number 3, results show that individuals can usually tell who is a criminal and who is not. Number 4, it appears that criminals have something that appears different to strangers. Criminal families. Throughout the years, scientists have studied the passing of genes from parent to child and its influence on criminal behavior. Sir Francis Galton was the first Western scientist to systematically study heredity and criminality in a family situation. Feeble-mindedness seems to occur more often in certain families, but not necessarily criminal behavior. Early biological theories. The ideas of the Italian school, constitutional theory studies of criminal families have been discarded. Early biological theories tended to encourage the eugenics movement. In the Supreme Court ruling, Buck v. Bell, in 1927, Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes advocated eugenics so that degenerate offspring would never be born. After the Holocaust, thinking changed on this subject. The XYY supermale. In 1965, a British researcher, Patricia Jacobs, examined Scottish prisoners for chromosomal abnormalities. She examined 197 prisoners. 12 members of the group had unusual chromosomes. 7 prisoners displayed the XYY chromosome. Several criminals had to blame their behavior on the XYY chromosome, but the theory never really took hold. Human aggression is rooted in biology. Konrad Lorenz published his book on aggression in 1966. He accepted the evolutionary theory of Darwin. He claimed that all human behavior is adapted instinctive behavior. He theorized that crime is the result of overcrowded conditions and lack of opportunity to let off aggression. Problems with early biological theories of crime. Most of these theories do not take into account free will and decision making. Genetic determination means there is no chance at reform. As Christians, we do not believe that we are not responsible for our own behavior. Characteristics like aggression, risk-taking, and danger can be found in people on both sides of the law. Summary. At least some types of criminal behavior are the result of biological, genetic, and traits inherited from more primitive developmental stages. Theories of crime and causation are constantly changing in an effort to identify criminals. Edward Wilson created a perspective that can be described as the study of biological basis of all social behavior. Wilson believed that primary cause of human behavior was the need to ensure survival.